Hi everyone, Dave Dismantled here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a short video on the Dark Occult season of sacrifice, which is upcoming. It draws nigh, friends. My disclaimer on this is I am by no means an occult expert. This information is gathered from a variety of sources. I can talk about it enough to explain to you what it is and why it's important, because there are people in the world that believe this and operate in the world with that belief. So let's move on. The season of sacrifice is a 40-day period between roughly March 22nd and May 1st. The beginning is basically based around the spring equinox, which can be the 19th of March, the 20th of March. Its name was coined by the Dark Occultists of this world, who believed that the earth must be bathed in the blood of innocents to ensure a fruitful harvest and to invoke an archetype of the destructive forces of the universe. Historically speaking, there are a great number of battles, wars, false flag attacks, and tragic events that have occurred during this 40-day season of the year. And in most cases, the people were used as pawns in these manufactured events to further the agenda of the so-called elite. As a demonstration of this, consider that governments have already admitted to committing over 42 false flag attacks in the past century. The season of sacrifice is based on the 12 signs of the zodiac. Then it will give you some more information that you can go into here. And then at the end it goes how the elites look at this. In other words, each day of the year has a zodiacal constellation associated to it, which the ancients and the Dark Occultists believe have a profound influence on an individual's life as well as the planet at large. And this is a blown up picture of the zodiacal wheel with the equinoxes and the solstices laid out with the midpoints of the year, the Sabbat midpoints, which are the holidays, the occult holidays. And we can see that the spring equinox around March 19th, 20th, and then on May 1st we have Walpurgis Night. Here's a little more information about the season of sacrifice and a couple of other bits of information that I could maybe talk about a little bit. The 40 days between March 22nd and May 1st are the season of sacrifice. Be particularly vigilant for false flag events and potential human sacrifice rituals during this time. 40 days is a significant symbolic time period in biblical and occult terms. And here in the roughly the middle top of the page, we see the skull and bones, the 322. You know, this was the fraternity that some presidents and other members of government were part of. Now, the 322 is said by some researchers to stand for March 22nd, which is the spring equinox. Clandestine Lodge 322, the Order of Skull and Bones. Their Yale University-based order is headquartered at the location known as the Tomb. And then there's a little bit of other information on here that is related, but not to what I'm specifically talking about. You can look into it yourselves if you wish. There will be links in the show notes. So the 13 days of preparation, the occult significance of April 19th to May 1st. So April 19th is the first day of the 13-day satanic ritual day relating to fire. The fire god Baal, or Molech Nimrod, the sun god, also known as the Roman god Saturn, Satan, the devil. This day is a major human sacrifice day, demanding fire sacrifice with an emphasis on children. This day is one of the most important human sacrifice days, and as such has had some very important historic events occur on this day. Remember April 19th. April 19th to April 30th in recent memory. April 19, 1993, the Branch Davidian fire in Waco, Texas. 76 people died in the fire set by the FBI. April 19th, 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing. 168 killed. April 20th, 1999, the Columbine massacre. 15 died in the school shooting. March 19, 2003, Iraq war began with shock and awe campaign. 500,000 children ended up dying due to sanctions against Iraq. April 20th, 2010, the BP oil spill. 11 people died and mass environmental damage was done. April 23rd, 2018, here in Canada, the Toronto van attack. 10 people killed and 16 injured. Just last year, also in Canada, April 18th, 19th, Nova Scotia shooting. 22 people killed and 3 injured. Fires were also set. May 1st of 2020, the end of that time period between April 19th, when the shooting occurred, and May 1st, Trudeau announces the Canadian gun ban on 1,500 weapons. The brief history of May 1st. May 1st can be traced back to ancient Rome, where it began about 240 BCE and was known as the Festival of Flora, or Floralia. It is also known as Beltane in the Celtic tradition, and Walpurgis Night as a Christian festival. Marxism and Communism recognize May 1st as International Workers' Day. Nazism recognizes May 1st as Labor Day or May Day. On this day in 1929, a bloodbath with communists left 32 people dead and 80 injured. Once again, after the Nova Scotia mass shooting of April 19, 2020, Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau put in a gun ban on May 1st, 2020. The 2021 season of sacrifice is almost upon us. Lockdowns and restrictions in areas of the US and Canada and perhaps elsewhere are being lifted right as we enter into spring. This may be symbolic of the Dark Occultists and social engineers now controlling nature and deciding when life can resume after winter. They may require people to be out and in public in order to conduct any planned rituals. Be vigilant for events occurring around these important dates, particularly as it relates to fires, explosions, shootings, and even wars being started. What else can we expect to drive fear and cause chaos and death? Will vaccines be involved? Will President Biden use a false flag event to come for the guns? Perhaps President Biden himself may be up on the sacrificial altar. Will restrictions and lockdowns be opposed again around any of these dates? All this remains to be seen. The last several years has seen some of these events occur in Canada. Perhaps this will continue for 2021. I'm Dave Dismantled. Thanks for listening, and take care.